Hi, I'm Jessy Bogacki. My pronouns are they, them. I'm here with Shaw Spotlight to talk to you about gender and pronouns. So to start us off, the gender and sexual diversity community has many different types of identities within it. So when we say the 2S LGBTIQ+ acronym, there are different categories that these folks fit into, sometimes many. We're going to talk about sex assigned at birth, gender identity, gender expression, and attraction. So first, we're going to start with sex assigned at birth. This is the classification of people based on their external internal anatomy, chromosomes, and hormones. But really, folks usually just look at external genitalia and pick one of two boxes, male or female. But in reality, there are more than that. There's also intersex folks. These people have a variation of male and female sex characteristics, whether that be, again, internal, external hormones or chromosomes. And they're all very different from each other, so they don't fit perfectly into the third, but for now, that's what we have for classification. Next is gender identity. Gender identity is the experience that people have of their gender based on knowledge and experience in a social context. So again, the key points being knowledge and experience. People aren't born with a gender identity. It is through their interactions, social interactions, the things that they learn over time, that they really get a sense for feeling who they are authentically. Often confused with gender expression, which is how somebody expresses themselves, how they present themselves to the world. It's through the ways they act, dress, behave, and interact. Things that we can change like voice, body shape, our clothes. We often take a look at people, at their expression, and try to classify them based on a sex assigned at birth or gender identity, but you can't tell either of these things from someone's expression. And lastly is attraction. There's physical and sexual attraction, often termed sexual orientation or sexuality, and romantic or emotional attraction. Often for folks, these are the same, but some people may experience romantic attraction to somebody that they don't experience a physical attraction. One of the main things that is talked about when we talk about gender are pronouns. So there are so many different pronouns, and this is what we use when we don't want to refer to somebody's name, when we're referring to somebody else. So there are different ways we want to tackle pronouns. When it comes to somebody that you don't have a relationship with, that you're not really going to see very often, you can just use gender-neutral pronouns. When it's somebody that you're building a relationship with, maybe somebody that you work with, maybe a friend of yours, you should ask what pronouns they use and use them. This can be a simple question, what pronouns you use, or it can be as part of an introduction. Hi, my name is, my pronouns are. It's not a question, but usually somebody will respond within their name and pronouns. If I'm going to tell you to use gender-neutral pronouns, I at least need to tell you how to use them in a sentence. If you were to say he or she, you would use they instead. If you were to say him or her, you would use them instead. Pretend like you're talking to multiple people, you would say they are a very nice person. So we're using the linking verb as plural, are instead of is. It's the same thing that you would say if somebody left their jacket behind. They left their jacket behind. So that is a brief introduction to gender and pronouns.